Hi everyone, Anthony Fantano here, the internet's busiest music nerd. I hope you're doing well. I know I'm getting to this video a little bit early, but it is June. It is June of 2022, so I thought I would hit you guys with my favorite albums of the year so far. Yes, I have enjoyed quite a few records in the year of our Lord, 2022, up to this just as we are nearing the halfway point. I have whittled my favorite albums of the year up till now down to 15. So yes, these are my 15 favorite records of the year so far. They're not all of my favorite records of the year so far. If you want to see all of those, check out my loved list, which is linked down below. I still enjoy all of those albums, but I thought for, the sake of this video, I should whittle things down at least a little bit, just to give you guys an idea of what albums you're most likely going to see ranking high on my year-end list in December. And yeah, these would be those records. Reviews for these albums are all linked down below, so you can watch the reviews if you haven't had the time to check any of these projects out. After you watch this video, please make sure you do. And we are going to start off with the gospel album, The Loser. Yes, this post-hardcore screamo and kind of prog rock influenced band is back. This is their first full-length LP in almost 20 years, and yeah, it kicks ass. It rules. It's an amazing comeback. Not only do these elements of punk and post-hardcore and screamo and prog rock still come together really well, but the vocal dynamics and the synthesizers really add a new flavor to the band that makes this record fantastic. Yeah, it just kicks a whole lot of ass from start to finish, and yeah, it's just really amazing to see this band that was at one time kind of a dead end in the post-hardcore field coming back with a great LP and, just kind of showing us that they had another great record left in them. Next from here we have Billy Woods with Ethiops. I think Billy is digging very well into this abstract hip-hop sound on this LP, kind of making it work for himself fantastically. Great topics, great lyrical focus, great wordplay. Billy is impressive, creative, and one-of-a-kind as usual. Just continues to show why he is one of the best artists in the underground today with this record. Following this, we have Otoboke Beaver with Super CHAMPON, one of the best punk records of the year from one of the best bands out of Japan currently. Their ferocity, riffs, and group vocal routines pretty much go unmatched on this project. The performances are tight as hell. The lyrics dealing in societal sexism hit hard. And they somehow gave us an even shorter and faster record than their last one this time around too. Yeah, this one kicks ass. Otoboke Beaver. Next, shout out to Denzel Curry's Melt My Eyes, See Your Future. A really thoughtful, contemplative, almost psychedelic at points record from Denzel, where he is just kind of exploring his inner thoughts, his struggles, his demons, his vices, the problems and mental limitations he needed to transcend in order to become the man that he is now. Denzel Curry delivers another solid, impressive, creative record, as he typically does. What the hell else can you say? Other than that, he's shown a new side of himself in that process, and it sounds great. Next, Soul Glow, Diaspora Problems, really my punk record of the year. I have not heard a punk record sound this fast and intense in a long time. Not only that, but like the riffs are amazing, the mix is fantastic, the lyrics are dense, and when diving into them, they come across very thoughtful, very moving, very deep. Like, this album has a lot more to say than most punk records that are this loud and this fast. If you enjoy hardcore in any form or fashion, but you have not heard this record yet, you really do owe it to yourself. Listen to this damn thing. Next, it is Charlotte Adigéry and Bolis Pupul's Topical Dancer. So far, this thing is really my dance record of the year, my electropop record of the year. It's so fun, it's so clever, it's so tongue-in-cheek, it's so groovy, it's so packed with personality, it's so hilarious at points, it's so just impressively witty. The very simple, minimal throwback production on this record too is fantastic. I just can't say enough nice things about this record. Next, we have Conway the Machines, God Don't Make Mistakes. This is just an amazing feat from Conway, just fantastic on the lyrical side, on the production side, the way he kind of digs deep into himself on this record. It's quite devastating, some of the stuff he reveals on this album. We're only halfway into the year, and things are always, of course, because of that, subject to change, but as of right now, this thing is still standing tall and firm as my hip-hop record of the year, without doubt. Next, shout out to Big Thief's Dragon New Warm Mountain, I Believe in You, which is this huge, winding, colorful, versatile album from the band that covers so many bases, from backwater folk to shoegaze type stuff. Like, so many different flavors of indie are embraced on this album, and they're all done so very creatively with awesome and fantastic songs attached. Of course, Adrienne Lenker continues to prove herself as a one-of-a-kind vocalist, storyteller, and lyricist. It's funny to think that at one point I was just a little on the fence about Big Thief. I was not as much of a fan of the early work, and I've just been swayed so intensely by what the band has been putting out as of late, especially with this LP. Next, Black Country New Roads, Ants from Up There, the sophomore full-length LP from this art rock and experimental rock outfit, is great, is amazing, is fantastic, is most likely going to end up in my top 10 of the year, but the arrival of this record is a little tragic too, as the band's lead vocalist left the group just as they were about to release the LP. So what creatively that means for Black Country New Road past this point, I guess we will ultimately see, but as it currently stands, this record is amazing. The performances, production, genre switch-ups, as well as storytelling are all several shades above what was on the last album. The band just brought something so impressive and so amazing to the table on this one. I just cannot say enough nice things about it, and I don't know, I just hope this isn't the last fantastic project that we hear from this band. Next, we have Marchita, this record from Mexican singer and folk songwriter Silvana Estrada. Yeah, I mean, this record is very simple, it's very stripped back, but the songwriting, the tunes, the lyrics, the vocals, and the guitar work are all just amazing and fantastic. It's just the really kind of the power of beauty and simplicity coming together. Really one of the most special and beautiful LPs that you will hear this year, without doubt. Krallice's Crystalline Exhaustion is another project that has stuck out to me this year. I think this is the band's best LP since Years Past Matter. The band's classic atmospheric black metal elements really come back with a vengeance on this one, and yeah, the songs, the winding riffs, these progressive progressions that you really get lost in are all just sounding great. Yeah, this record may not be for everyone, but it does show Krallice once again in rare form, and I think it will stand up as one of the better metal records of this year. Also want to give a shout out to Kilo Kish's American Gurl, a fun little kind of conceptual alternative pop album with some great colorful production, stellar songwriting and hooks on it too. Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is the next project I want to shout out. You've most likely seen my review of this record at this point. I don't know how much more praise I could heap on top of it as of right now, but you know, the double album concept, the way that he kind of dives into mental health, the various themes explored, the colorful production as well, if I didn't mention that, are all, you know, aspects of this album that I want to praise, 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 praise. Ho, 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 and my excitement to get this video out, I forgot to mention that the new Spiritualized album is downright gorgeous, touching, and moving. The band brings a very thick, dense, instrumental presentation as usual. It kind of sounds like psychedelic Phil Spector or Brian Wilson, but just like a little bit fuzzier and noisier than some of the clear and more, I guess, cleanly produced records we've heard from the band in the past. Quite a few tracks with lovesick lyrics as well. But yeah, all around beautiful, very tight, straightforward record from Spiritualized. Finally, I want to give a shout out to FKA Twigs' Caprisongs. Yes, this little tape over here is fantastic, and the more I hear it, the more it kind of grows to become one of my favorite Twigs projects ever. It's so catchy, it's so diverse, it's so colorful, it's so all over the place, it's so amazingly produced, and I like that Twigs kind of just gets out of her comfort zone on this project and just does a little bit of everything. That formula may not always work for every record and for every artist, but the end result here is a very eclectic album that just has a lot of personality to it, and I kind of can't get enough of it. Some of my favorite tracks of the year are on this thing, and yeah, I just keep revisiting it and having more fun with it each time. And there you go. Those are my favorite albums of the year so far. My favorite, my top 15, in no particular order though, in no particular order. But yeah, let me know what yours are, some of your favorite records of the year so far, and yeah, you're the best. Transition, have you given any of these albums a listen? Did you love them? Did you hate them? What would you rate them? You're the best, you're the best. What should I review next? Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. Hit the bell as well. Over here next to my head is another video that you can check out. Hit that up or the link to subscribe to the channel. Anthony Fantano, favorite albums, 2022, forever.